Hello everyone. We are starting a new organ system this week, and that means we also get to start a new project this week, and I'm hoping we can have a little bit of fun with this one. You're going to be cooking up some tasty treats, literally this time, not figuratively like the last time, that have to do with the digestive system. So if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and go into the entry document. All right, and I have something a little bit different this time around. I've got it sitting in the project folder. You can also find it in the project launch folder right here. So either place will get you to it. So, digestive system. We know your stomach, your intestines, your pancreas is part of that, your liver also. We've talked about your liver before, and it's going to come up again. But we've also got other parts too. We're going to talk about your mouth again, your tongue, and stuff like that. And we also talk about, when we're talking about function, we're talking about, absorption, digestion. So we're breaking food down and absorbing it, right? Absorbing nutrients, fats, carbs, proteins, vitamins, stuff like that, right? And it turns out a lot of what is going on in your other organ systems can be affected by what goes into your digestive system. If you have a diet that's too high in saturated fat and cholesterol, that can impact your circulatory system. If you don't get enough various nutrients, or you consume harmful substances, that can affect your nervous system, your integumentary system, your skin. The health of your skin is in large part determined by what you eat. And then the other organ systems, like your respiratory system and your integumentary system, your endocrine system, can also be affected indirectly, possibly directly, based on what you're eating. And so, the diet industry and the nutrition industry and food industry and all these different industries, there are big bucks to be had. And so that's kind of the idea. That's the direction that we sort of want to go. And so we want to look at different diets, different meal plans, whatever you want to call them, that are designed for a specific purpose. And so what you're going to do is pick a diet. Now I have some listed here as examples, but this is by no means an exhaustive list, okay? You've got Whole30, South Beach, which may or may not still be a thing, I don't know. That was big when I was in college. Paleo, keto, people love to do keto. Vegetarian and vegan can be considered diets. Now, they could also be considered lifestyles, and that's a little bit different, okay? This is mostly talking about what you're eating, basically. So you're going to pick a diet plan, okay? And then what you're gonna do is pick a meal within that diet plan. So for example, if you're gonna pick Whole30, pick a meal that meets all the requirements of Whole30. So you'll need to do some research about what the diet is and what the requirements are and stuff like that. And then basically you need to explain how the diet works. What's the purpose of being on keto or Whole30 or whatever? What are some of the issues that the diet is supposed to be addressing? So if you're just researching simply a low fat diet, a low carb diet, low processed sugar, that sort of thing, what is the diet attempting to address? Is it weight loss, lowering cholesterol, preventing diabetes, increasing intake of a particular vitamin or mineral that's low? Perhaps you need to be on a diet that's higher in iron, for example, because you're chronically anemic, okay? Why would somebody choose this particular diet to achieve this particular purpose over other diets? If you're doing weight loss, why would you want to pick keto over South Beach, something like that, or Atkins, or whatever? And how does this diet address obtaining all of the essential nutrients that you're supposed to have? You do have to have fat, you do have to have cholesterol, you do need a little bit of salt, you do need carbohydrates, and stuff like that. There are energy requirements, there's building block requirements that your body has to have in order to function. So as far as the actual presentation that you're going to be making, you need to describe the meal that you are creating. Okay, so think of it as sort of like a Food Network show. And you're like, okay, today we're going to cook this, something like that. What are the issues that are being addressed? Lower cholesterol, losing weight, protein increasing, whatever. And come up with some statements. Why would somebody pick this diet over somebody else? How does the diet achieve its goal? And how somebody can meet the nutritional requirements. If you are a vegetarian, for example, you are not eating meat. If you're vegan, you're not eating any animal products whatsoever. How are you meeting those nutritional requirements? How are you getting all the essential amino acids? How are you getting all your vitamins and minerals and energy molecules and stuff like that? And then any issues and concerns about being on that diet, complications or something like that. Keto is very popular. Keto is very effective. It's also difficult to really reach that true ketosis. And so that is an issue. And what are some criticisms that experts have said about that particular diet? Atkins got a lot of flack because it's a lot of protein, and there were some concerns about increasing cholesterol and plaque buildup in the arteries and stuff like that. Your presentations, they can be live, they can also be recorded, and what we want to do is we want to stay within 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, as we're going through, if we need to adjust this as a group, we can. But right now we're going to kind of stick from 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, too long and we just run out of time. Too short and you're not really meeting all the requirements that I'm asking you to meet. Individually, individually the stuff that we're doing doesn't really change. You'll have the individual reflection, peer assessment part. There's going to be a unit test over digestion that's going to open during the week of the presentations, basically. This particular project is going to go pretty fast. Benchmark 1 is going to be Wednesday, where you need to pick the diet and the meal that you're going to present. If you decide that earlier, by all means, go with that, okay? But definitely by Wednesday, you need to have it done because we don't have a whole lot of time to do this. Let's see, after that, let me go ahead and check my calendar here real quick. Let's see, final presentations are due next week. A-Day, it's on the 19th. And B-Day, it's due on the 20th. That's to make sure that I've got plenty of time to pull the presentation files, make sure they run, iron out any problems, so we're not taking class time to do that. We're gonna do presentations on Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday is an A-Day, B-Day. We don't have a C-Day that week because we are off Friday the 23rd. Yay! I know we all need that break. So this one goes real fast. We'll have a workshop somewhere in here, 15th or 16th, that'll go super duper quick. You should have already gotten your notes done, so have those handy when you're going through and doing this research. Back over here. Let's see, we talked about presentations, the 21st and the 22nd, going into the 23rd there. And that is basically it. The only other thing that we really need to talk about, I sent a message out that has to do with the group sign up. Now I'm changing the group sign up requirements on this one just a little bit, and you might want to take some time if you haven't done so yet and read through this stuff. This information is also found in Echo. In the grouping, I'm just blowing it wide open. Group with whoever you want. As long as they are a senior at this school, you can group with them. Just keep in mind, if you work with somebody outside of your class period, that's going to bring up some challenges, okay? Due dates, for example, if you are in fifth period and you group with somebody in second period, your due dates, even though you're a day later, are gonna have to line up with the second period folks because all their stuff is done sooner. So keep that in mind. Other challenges too, navigating when you're going to get together to do all this work. You don't necessarily have the class time to work on this together. So kind of keep that in mind. You need to make sure that you fill this in. Please fill it out by the end of the day Tuesday. If you don't fill this out, I'm going to assume you're working by yourself. However, you do need to fill this out. If you're working by yourself, there's a note down here at the bottom where if you are working by yourself, you just tell me that you're working by yourself, all right? And then we can work out collaboration aspects if we need to. This project moves real fast, so we're not really gonna have a benchmark reflection in there or anything like that because we're done next week. If you have any questions, let me know, because that's it for me here. Send me an email, send me a remind message, ask me in class. We can help get through some of this stuff. Please be aware of the timeline. It is really fast, but we don't have a whole lot of time to cover the stuff that we have to do. That's it for me. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna cook up some tasty treats myself. So I look forward to seeing y'all again soon.